Okay. I don't know whether you've been reading up on the activity on the sun and the blackout, the X-class flares, which is going to affect shortwave in the next, couple of days, if not now. So 15150 is WMLK Bethel, PA. Being from the States, obviously. Target area is Europe. Another religious type program. It's usually what do we get? We get China, Romania, the BBC, obviously, and religious stations, because they're the only ones that get funding. But that is weak. Not making any difference. Internal antenna. Pull that up a little bit. Oh, there we go. So that is on the internal antenna. Nothing. External is not much better. Well, a little bit better. I record these on my phone, but lately I've been battering my phone, and my battery's, I don't know, not lasting as long now. So I've invested in a better camera. Hopefully tomorrow should I be on a better. Okay, so I'll leave this one there, and I'll go and have a hunt around and see if there's anything interesting. Okay. Voice of Turkey in Germany is coming through. Target area is Europe, so that is coming in through quite well, so very good. Radio China. They dominate shortwave these days.
So that they can give it to relevant department and get the money. So the money was not from them either. But at this point, it was 50 maximum. But for this round, well, that was just vaguely remembering that. Could be more than that. But for this round, the highest amount of money you can can win with the 800 yuan, which is the threshold that you will have to pay a surprise income tax so that you can get the entire money.
The tax-free 800 yuan.
Tax-free 800 yuan. So it's very nice to win. And because nowadays here
Local
in China,
time.
many of the invoices are in the form of an online form. You would scan the QR code that the invoice include to see whether or not you got the money, and the money can directly go into your WeChat wallet or something. So that is going to be the approach.
These
for this time.
types of stations
Let's talk about the first time.
that are
So
broadcasting
I
all the
think
time.
I get Yushan's excitement when I was
They're good
a
for
little
setting
girl. Yeah, I have that
up
feeling when we
everything.
especially when it's a family.
You know they're going to be there.
Time, because for every 100 yuan, if I remember it correctly, 100 yuan, 50 yuan, and also 10, 20 yuan, you can swap that.
Internal. Let's have a look. See, it should be able to pick them up on the internal. Maybe not. External.
Of those, and you do it several times.
The strategy would be, hey everybody, let's divide the bill evenly so everybody gets an invoice. Everybody gets.
I think the rate of winning would be a bit different from, for example, the 50 yuan one and the 100 yuan one.
Okay.
Doing that, but you can
We'll move on.
divide it.
Just for reference. 17775 is Sound of Hope, TWN in Mandarin, beamed to the Far East. But it is there, sort of.
And the designer in her
Sounds China-ish.
Shaping the Baltic Palace now on Bulgarian territory with a blend of Neo-Romanian, Oriental and Mediterranean
Radio Romania.
that reflects
Yay.
her cosmopolitan spirit
In English,
her
or
love for the country she
target area is East Africa.
about the Neo-Romanian style is that it was intentionally created as a national architectural identity, one of the few such consciously designed styles in Europe. And its influence can worse, Romania embraced modernism with remarkable enthusiasm, transforming its cities reinforced concrete and creating an architectural landscape that aligned the country with the most progressive movements of the time. Modernist architecture introduced open floor plans, horizontal living windows, flat roofs, emphasized structural ornament, relying on reinforced concrete frames that allowed a larger spans, flexible interior layouts, and new forms of urban living. The leading figure of this movement, Horia Kanga, designed the Aro building in Bucharest, a landmark of interwar modernism, whose Korean lines, rational jump,
Okay.
from the new Romanian villas.
I'm going to have a look at 15 meters.
From the monumental structure.
Not on sync. Okay. FT8. Just nothing. Wow. So I think we should look at what's coming through on FT8 and see where the skip is. Because there is nothing on that. So let me just have a look at CB frequencies. Okay, alright. Well, bear with me, I'll be back. So, we're going to use the Malahit DSP2 on and check some FT8. I've got some Richie coming through. That's what we listened to yesterday. So we'll just leave it there a minute. It's coming through quite well, actually. So a couple of things we need to do. We want band. We want to be on 21-ish. Obviously not on RTTY, not on AM either. We want to be on USB FT8, and then we want to go down to 074, unless we see a big signal, which we're not going to. Or any signal. Hang on a minute. Radio, preamp. So there's our FT8 signal. Should be. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, it isn't. It is. Right. Now, just turn that down because we want to hold the radio button sort of thing. Hold that in. Set the time. Second. It's the 3rd. 3rd of the 2nd, 26. Time is 12:55. I wonder why it doesn't keep. Well, we'll say 12:55. Right. And then we'll calibrate the FT8 in a minute. Now. That didn't calibrate, did it? Oh, it's a mile off. That was a mile off as well. There we go. Right. Oh, sorry about that. Let's have a look. I think I'm straight. Yeah. There we go. So what are we looking at? We're looking at Spain, Austria, Poland, Spain, Poland. Okay. Denmark. So we're pretty much just looking at Europe. A couple of Russians in there. Depends where they are in Russia, of course, whether they're Asiatic. A couple of Finnish stations. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, I shouldn't really complain so much with this sunspot cycle, or this solar flares. I think it's earthbound, this one, earth facing. So they tell us that the propagation's going to is going to drop. So, and on 15 meters, these are locals. Normally you get a lot of Americans, Canadians on 15 this time of day. Coming up 1 o'clock. Right, so nothing. So let me pause. So nothing on FT8 as such. Nothing much on CW. LY. LY. Nine Alpha, Croatia. Now that's A, 9 Alpha 44 FY. Now then, why is a 9 Alpha 44 FY? Let me have a look. 9 Alpha 44 F. Was it F? Oh, what have I wrote? FF, I think. Yeah, FF. It's my writing. I am dyslexic, but sometimes I write stuff down and say it wrong, or I say it wrong and write it down right. So anyways, but that's irrelevant. Amateur Radio Club of Croatian. Croatian Flora Fauna. Oh, okay. Let's just have a knock him down. Let's have a listen properly. See if he's working anyone. I'm tempted to put on back on the Malahit, because I think it's a little bit unfair for me just to. Yeah, I'm going to put the Malahit on because I think it's a little bit unfair for me to sit there. Right. Frequency 21017. 21017. 21017. Oh, I took it off FD8. It's all let me down now and give up. Mode. Let's see if I can get him printing for you. Well, he's working states. He's doing a lot better than us. That printed correctly. Yep, that printed. Yep, nice Russian. RA7KQ. Right, I'm just going to show you this without too much. So this is the 9 Alpha 44 FF, and this is the info on it. You can look this up yourself, of course, but these are the QSL cards and things. Worldwide flora and fauna. Okay. So, as spiffing as that is, right, so Now that's quite a good print. Oh. Very good. Yep, that printed. Swedish station. There's a Russian calling him. He's not getting too many takers, is he? Oh. I was going to say, is that it? Just give up. Right, let me pause there. Okay, well, I'm probably going to end it up here because there's not a lot else on the bands apart from FT8. It's crazy when you think about it, isn't it? So let me take it off CW decode. Let me take it off that. Let me put that back on. Let me stick it on there. 074 on it. Now then, what's the audio? 2400 should be alright, shouldn't it? There we go. So that's what it's one of the things I do like about this Malahit is that from a shortwave listener's point of view, and obviously it's a receiver, so it is from a shortwave listener's point of view, it's got things built into it, you know, like RTTY, CW decoder, FT8. So you're not having to rely on computers and things. That's a big signal. It was that big signal. That was massive. That one. He's in a land of his own, is that one? That is a big signal, like. Loud. Is that the Russian? Could be a Russian. Let me just knock that down a little bit so it's not overly annoying. So yeah, as I was saying, you know, one of the beauty, and it's a good receiver. It's rock solid. It's got DSP, which is brilliant when you're listening to stuff. And it's got these things built into it, which is, you know, I used to do all this on a laptop. I have a laptop hooked up. Let's have a look, there we go. And then just switch between the modes and different programs. Some of them you had to subscribe to, the RTTY ones. So, you know, for a radio, to have all this built in, I find it incredible. It should become standard. You know, it's not perfect. You know, it takes a little bit of faffing around, you know, to get these things you know, working correctly. But, you know, once it's working, it's working. They're brilliant. Now, I do like the Tecsuns. I am slightly biased towards Tecsuns. The 2200's great. I've got the 501X as well. I'm not sure whether I might get rid of the 501X. I might sell that one. Comes in a nice leather case as well. So this is FT8. Obviously, I will end the video here. There is a few more signals popping up down there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that off there, go back on that. Right, let's just bob down a bit. That's why I also like a waterfall. just working a Brit, is our fauna guy. No, he's a bit higher, this one. I don't give a call sign yet. II0, I think it was. II0. II0LOVE Love. Oh, I've got to check that one out. Let me look on QRZ. So that was II0LOVE. Excuse me. Pardon my mirth. So this is a special call for Valentine's Day. My God, they'll put a special event on for opening of an envelope, won't they? Oh dear me! Can I get that one printed for you? Probably not. Oh, nearly. That printed. Dear me. Yep, that printed. Give me call sign. Go on, give me call sign. This is already longer, like 10 minutes longer than it should have been. You'll just have to take my word for it that it was II0LOVE. I think he's gone. Wow. He's had 2,804 QSOs over 3 days. Oh, he's back. Sometimes you hear these calls on the bands and you sort of do a double take in your head. It's sort of, really? And you have to wait for confirmation. He might have moved. Okay, well, listen. As I said, this is longer than it should have been now. So 7 3s. And thanks for stopping by. And we'll do some more. We'll do some more later. All the best.